the cage, 3 rounds of mixed martial arts in the super lightweight division. This bout is sponsored in part by GarmentPrinter.com. Once again, our referee in charge of this bout, Big Mark Reyes. And now, introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, he is wearing navy blue trunks. He is hailing out of Chicago, Illinois. He weighed 158 pounds. Tonight, he is making his debut. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Freddy Got Magic. His opponent across the cage on my right, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing gray trunks, trimmed in white. He is training out of Fight Science MMA and School Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu by way of Arcadia. He weighed 154 pounds. Tonight, he is also making his debut. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Derek Young. All right, fans, here we go. 3 rounds of mixed martial arts in the super lightweight division.
All right, John, here we go.
Got a young Magic fight.
Action's already off to a good start as Magic basically just tries to bully him onto the other side of the cage and then matrix his way away from his punch.
Ooh, eats a left hook, though. That was a big one. And a nice double leg, too, from Young.
Yeah, credit to Young, stayed very composed on that. It's very easy to get sucked up into a game when somebody is starting to try and bring you into their world. And he's staying very consistent on this, not letting it up. Does look like Freddy, you know, he's got that front headlock, but it's not quite with any threat to it, which is going to allow one Derek Young time to finish this takedown. And he's trying to re-grip here, potentially looking to go on the opposite leg now, John. And settling just for the underhook, so they're going to be stilted in this position just for a few seconds here. Oof, it's an unusual series of grips.
Yes, it's that same 100% position, trying to turn the person over. It's going to be difficult from standing here. Especially he's trying to also sink his hips down low. And meanwhile, Young's looking to just hook that leg and suck the hips of Freddy away from the fence.
This is definitely the most unusual game of Twister you'll see. It's just such an odd position for both of them, where you can't really get much give out of it, and so now as a result they break, but they got 12 seconds left in this round. Freddy's just kind of taunting him, letting him know my face is right here if you want to hit it.
That's going to do it for round number 1.
You know, at first I saw on Freddy's Instagram it said no thanks, but he also has that tattooed on his shoulder.
I mean, that's got to be committed.
And if you got him on the wall, just fucking uppercutting you. Alright? He's gonna swing hard. He's tired. He doesn't train like this. Hands up, chin down, throw some jabs, put him into the cage. Alright? Let's go.
Some very sound advice to try and do somebody who's very erratic. You can push him up against that cage. Maybe with the combination of those body shots, you can soften him up maybe to finish that takedown. So at the very least, when you do know that somebody is maybe inexperienced in that way, you do want to exploit it and hopefully get on the better end of it. And conversely, you know what's great is that if you look at Freddy's background. You know, he seems like he is a performer. He is a musician of some sort. And it's very cool to see him try this and get out here and get into the cage and try something entirely new, John.
Yeah, I mean, when you're making your debut, right? It's like neither of these fighters are established yet. Their debut, so
yeah.
Always cool to see when people come from different walks of life. They're just willing to put it out here. Especially Freddy is, I believe he's 34.
Yeah.
He's not a spring chicken to be making his debut in MMA. Love to see it.
And here's the weird part: the showmanship is definitely playing toward the crowd, but it keeps opening him up.
Yeah, it's maybe not doing him many favors here, but it sure does look good, though.
Well, it gave his opponent, Derek, an opportunity to interact and do exactly what his coaches wanted him to do. Like, it gave him that very, very nice entry here.
Hip ride, Derek. Hip ride.
Punches.
Hip ride, then punch with your left hand.
Control that far wrist. You need to control that far wrist.
Let's go, Omo. Omo right now. Omo, Derek.
That's an interesting position that I didn't necessarily think we needed to see. But if you're looking from Derek Young's position, you realize he may have an advantage on the jiu-jitsu side, and he's utilizing it well.
This is locked up.
Yeah, if he can maybe slightly just, underhook that leg, the only thing he's running into is that cage, and maybe the other idea is to start attacking that arm. And you're seeing members of the SparStar family getting an up-close and personal look at this triangle. And, I mean, look, if you've got that arm right there, that's kind of what you probably want to be attacking if maybe you're having some issues here. And Freddy's likely going to survive, and he does. But that was a very, very good opportunity, and maybe some more good intel there for Derek Young, which maybe the jiu-jitsu might be the key factor that is a difference maker, because in all of those exchanges, it didn't look like Freddy looked like he was so used to those positions.
Yeah, although I have to say, as soon as Young hooked the leg, and it looked like Freddy was maybe going to lift him, Freddy just punched him in the face a few times, so that Young let go of that right away. So not a bad defense to that. Definitely kept him safe from the triangle. So who's to say that they're even going to score that triangle? There was no, I mean, obviously the triangle doesn't do any damage. It either makes you pass out or it does nothing. So I'm curious to see how much weight the judges put into that one.
All right, we continue to the third and final round, John, and it will be very interesting to see how this one plays out. You get the sense that Freddy is looking for this knockout punch. He's thrown everything from a Hadouken to straight rights and jabs, but you're getting the sense, if you're going to play on the Derek side, is don't get caught into his game. Don't let him take you out with some of these fakes, and don't let him, like, taunt you.
Yeah, and both of these guys have the capability to be very, very fast. So far, just kind of pawn everything this round. Going a little slower. I'm curious to see if somebody's just going to unleash that speed. Just go all in. And it looks like Freddy charging in with some pretty good punches, connecting a couple of times.
Connect on that.
Oh, good throw. Ends up on bottom.
Here's the problem. Let go of the throw, and as a result, that little detachment allowed Derek to get a moment to recompose himself, and now he's on top. And as good as that hit might have been, it's now going to be very difficult for him to get back up.
Yeah, but the only thing is Young's got his work cut out for him. He needs to, like, do something big to steal this round back, because he was taking some shots there.
I mean, if he's able to kind of puncture up this arm, there is an opportunity to get a head and arm here. There's an opportunity to even kind of attack one of those arms away from the body. So I think the weird part is he's maybe not working with that as a has to win, but this would be a really good opportunity to walk away with it.
Oh, Mount, though. Young's going to tee off. He's going to look for the back.
That should 100% open up that back. Yep.
10 seconds left, though, and this is looking really good. This might be it to win the match back, and I think he might even get the submission here. It's going to come down to the wire.
I think Freddy knows he's just short on time.
Wow. Saved by the bell.
Like I said, I was hoping in that last round, I said, hey, if you're looking at this and you're looking for a strategy, it's going to be your jiu-jitsu, man. And all the difference maker, even when you were under duress, you still make a statement at the very end of that. But here's the nice part, though. You watch somebody like Freddy, maybe for your opponent, those taunts aren't very exciting. But for us watching, yeah, sure, very exciting to see somebody playing to the crowd, making you feel more entertained. So it does have its value. But when we're watching it critically, as somebody saying like, hey, man, that dude's probably going to take you down if you keep doing that too many times.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, though, it was an exciting fight for the audience. Definitely, like, especially for a debut.
Yeah. And
these guys moved to like 135ers. But this is a 150, 160 pound division. And man, like they moved so well. And they were both very composed. And sure, like the technique wasn't 100% the most crisp. Freddy was throwing some showboating stuff that kind of landed him in some hot water sometimes. But this was a really exciting fight and a very pleasant surprise for a double debut like this.
All right, well, let's find out who won, John.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to our scorecards. We have our decision. All 3 judges cage side scored the bout 29-28 in favor of our winner by unanimous decision, the red corner, Derek Young.
They're good. All right. Just making sure everybody, they had very intense faces right up.